Good morning and welcome you all to the Tertiary on the Go function that is being hosted by Amai today. Amai Ngakwa Ngatlomberei wa Mahoko. We would like to take this opportunity while we ask the youth choir to lead us in our national anthem. We may all be seated. Empower a girl, empower a nation. That's our main thrust today as we meet today with beautiful girls from different tertiary institutions in this country. I would like to take this opportunity to call upon Reverend Mozori to open with a word of prayer.
Your Excellency, the First Lady of the Republic of Zimbabwe, Amai Auxilia Mnangagwa, and all protocol observed. Shall we all bow our heads and we pray? Tinokutendai Mwari mangwanani ano muzita ra Jesu. Tinokutendai muri mutsvene makanaka, the rock of ages. the same yesterday, today and forever. Zita renyu ngarikudzwe, zita renyu ngarinamatwe. Tinokutendai baba vedu mukati menguva yemangwanani ano. Mazvita baba vedu vekudenga, matitendera mwari kuva pano. Tinokutendai Mwari nenyasha dzenyu, for this is the day that the Lord has made. We are going to rejoice and be glad in it. We praise your name, we magnify your name, we glorify your name. Mangwanani ano Mwari tinokutendai, tinokukudzai baba kutitendera nekutipa upenyu tava pano sevana venyu mukati menzvimbo ino yeUniversity of Zimbabwe. Tinotenda nyasha dzenyu Mwari, tinotenda unoshamisa nazvimwari tinonamata nezita raJesu. Tendeni vakadzi amai vedu vakatipa nyika yeZimbabwe. Tinotenda Mwari nemurayiri wenyu anotaiwa kuti ndoitireko mwanasikana weZimbabwe, chiiko chandingaitira mwanasikana weZimbabwe. Tinokutendai Mwari nazvino baba makokorodza vanasikana from all tertiary institutions in Harare kuti Mwari tigova pano tichidzidza kushanda nemaoko edu, tichigona kushandisa pfungwa dzedu. Tinokutendai baba vedu, tonamatira Mwari kunyangwe napurezidendi wedu wenyika ino yeZimbabwe. Tinovanamatira Mwari kuti ngavakomborerwe muzita raJesu weNazareta. Totenda ukuru hwenyu Mwari kuti muri pano. Tinotenda Mwari maministers edu ari pano. Tinokutendai Mweya Mutsvene. Tinonamata Mwari tine mapresenters ari pano pavachapakura Mwari zvavagadzira vana vevasikana. Tiri kunamata kuti ngazvigamuchirike. Ivai nesu Mwari paprogram ino. We pray my Father for your peace to prevail panzvimbo ino. Tinonamata Mwari kuti tigobatana semhuri imwe chete, tigobatana sevana vamwe chete. Mazvita Mwari tasuma basa rose kunemi, zita renyu ngarikudzwe. Takutendai, takuvongai muzita renyu Baba neremwanakomana namweya anoera. Amen.
Powerful prayer there. Let's give a big round of applause. Thank you, Reverend Muzwa. Makadi. Linjani. You good? Girls, are you there? I can hardly hear you. Are you there, girls? Make some noise. Tinokuchingamidzai nhasi uri musi wechishanu kudai zvemusi wa13 March. Tinokutendai amai nechirongwa ichi kuti chinge chichiitika nhasi. Donzvo riri rekuti tinge tichisangana nevanasikana vedu tivabatsire kuti vange vachisimudzirika mune zvakawanda zvichange zvichiitika. We want to thank Amai Auxiliary Mnangagwa for granting us this opportunity and this function today. Tertiary girls on the go. Girls, are you there? Give us some noise. Zita rangu repawairesi ndozikanwa nchinzi manjenjenje ganda remabhebhi. Munondiziva here? Ndiri mushamarari wepanhepfenyuro yemaparo Radio Zimzim. Repachitupa nonzi Tabani Patience Gambiza. I would like to introduce my two beautiful co-director of ceremonies. Uyayaskana muoneko. Shanda tiritese nasuno vaomberewo maoko. I'll hand over the microphone to Monaku akatsetseka asingazori. Morning, girls. Morning, girls. Vakafara chete mururuko. Inini ndinonzi Elsiwe pamoja. One musikana mutema Munaku akatsetseka black chocolate yepareti. Pazvinhu zvose zvandinokurudzira madzimai nevanini navangu, dada nezvauri.
hatingavi mayellow bone. Mwari achikusika aiziva zvauchava, akakusika nezvakakodzera iwe. Ndosaka ndichizviti black chocolate yepaWiRes. I'm proud of who I am. Today we are grateful to be in the presence of our mother, Amai, and we thank her for a very good program. Hazvina kungokwana kuti tidye mabhini hai. Asi zvinodawo kuti munhu wemudzimai uve a Proverbs 31 woman ushande nemaoko ako. Vane maoko simudzai tione. Ngaashande maoko iwawo. We are going to have a good day.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Rubimbo. I'd like to thank the First Lady for being with us. I'm a student. I'm doing my postgrad here at the University of Zimbabwe. We always talk about if we are not involved, then it's against us. So today we have an opportunity to have the First Lady grace us and listen to us and to empower us as female students in Tertiary University. It's a great privilege and an honor. Thank you so much, Ma. So we're going to have a wonderful time. Turn to your neighbor and say, I'm going to have a wonderful time. Thank you. Takarongeka nditi. Saka zvichake zvichifaya nhasi uno chakachaya tiri muno. Moving ahead with our order of things, I would like to just inform you our ablution facilities. If you use the entrance on my right, where it's written emergency exit, there is the ladies there, and I believe the other one on my left, there is the gents, so we can help ourselves. And at the same time, let's avoid to be walking around, especially in the aisles where we want to order, so that everyone pays attention. We thank you so much, and I would like to take this opportunity to call upon Irene Mutangadura. She's an artist from Zimbabwe. She's a woman like me, and she has a song dedicated especially for Amai. Irene, let's give you a big round of applause. Saka tichidada nezvatiri nhasi uno, tichitapirirwa, tichiridzirwa ngoma, zvichiendeka zvichidaro. Tapiwa zodzo naReverend Muzori vatipa munamato. Saka, DJ, are you ready? Are you ready for Irene? Are you ready, girls? Okay. Thank you, DJ, for the rescue.
Vanga vanonoka kuya nelaptop yavo kuti tivape music. My apologies. Good morning, Mama Makadeshe. This is a song to appreciate Mama Shawanotiitira. Girls, are you ready? Yes. DJ, thank you. Don't follow DJ. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much, Irene, for an amazing performance. May we give a round of applause. Hands amai makati koshera. Without our mother, I'm going to reintroduce myself. My name is Rubimbo Nikadzino. I'm a postgrad student here at the University of Zimbabwe. I'm doing media and communications. I'm also a founder of a brand for young women called She Rose Zimbabwe. And it's a great honor for us to be here and to have the First Lady of Zimbabwe grace us and being our guest of honor, and for actually having this program program with us as Tertiary students. Thank you so much, Ma, for this great opportunity for you to listen to what is happening in the Tertiary universities and also empowering us. May we just give you a round of applause. I'm here to talk about issues that are happening at the universities, at the tertiary institutes that we are in as young women. And it's not a lot of things that is happening. As our Amai is going to be empowering us, so I'm going to start with one of the trending issues that are happening at institutes. This is called a tie for a mark. There is something that is happening in our institutes. Students, especially female students, they are falling to be victims to our lecturers or the people who are around our institutes. They'll tell us, they'll give us favors, not necessarily telling us, but indeed they don't pay my marks. You go to their offices, and maybe in a later assignment, or I have a certain question that I have to them, and they will tell us, they will try to be friends with us. This is what we have called tie for a mark, sex for grades. And at the end of the day, the impression and the perception that is sent to the world is tertiary students have sexually aimed degrees or sexually aimed diplomas. Is it true, ladies? And I tell people that I'm a graduate from a certain institute, they'll just label us that we have sexually transmitted degrees or sexually transmitted diplomas. But we have to change the story as university or as tertiary students. And today we are so privileged to have an empowering program like this. I'm also going to talk about SRA issues. If you look closely, I think around December, there was a thread that went on WhatsApp, and there was an abortionist of the year, and I don't know, all those kind of titles. And this is coming from institutes that have women who are learning. As university students, as tertiary students, our plea to our mother is, can we have SRA education within our institute that actually educate us on how best we have to conduct ourselves? Let's say, for example, there are ladies who are selling pews. They're called morning after pews. I think we are all aware of that. And it is true that currently, as tertiary students, we are more afraid to become pregnant than to be infected with HIV. And at the end of the day, we graduate from whatever institute that we are in, and we have been infected. Are we going to be empowered as women? We are not going to be an empowered woman because we have wasted our years because of unnecessary things. So at the end of the day, yes, I've earned my degree, I've earned my diploma, but I've left the university with a virus. Not because I was born with it, but because I was following the trends of what was happening or what my friend was doing. There are ladies who are actually selling those pews in hostels, and it is a way for them to earn money. I would say they are entrepreneurs in a way, but it's not a good entrepreneur, or it's not an option that we can actually take as students. So today, it's a great opportunity for us. Other than for us to sell morning after pews, empowerment has come for us as female students to say, I'm having a business. Let's say, for example, will you be able to go out and say, I sell morning after pews? It's something that cannot be said publicly. But the empowerment that has actually come today, it's an empowerment that is here to stay. I'm also going to talk about the issue of blessers. A lot of us are coming from families which are not well up. And maybe the only thing for me for the fees for me to come here, but they don't really consider what am I going to eat, where am I going to stay. I'm aware that there are a lot of semester marriages that actually take place. And this is happening, that ladies will end up opting to stay with a man because they don't have anywhere to stay. The parents have only paid the school fees, but they don't have a house to, or they don't have a place in the residence. So at the end of the day, they'll just opt to stay with a man so that they'll finish their education. So as female students, these are some of the challenges that we are actually facing. And for us to be empowered economically, one thing that I've always argued is young women don't want empowerment on paper. We want practical empowerment, and this is what is happening today. But we just give you a round of applause. Because at the end of the day, there are policies that have been stated that women have a women's bank, we have the empowerment bank. But if we don't meet them face to face, why is the empowerment going to take us? So for us as tertiary students, it's quite an honor and a privilege to have such a great program, to have the women's bank, to have all those stakeholders who have come to empower us. So without taking much of the time, I'd like to thank the First Lady of Zimbabwe for this great program, and we are so excited and we are quite honored to be empowered practically. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Rubimbo. She's very well spoken, articulate, she knows her mind, and she knows what is good for all of us as young ladies. Do we agree? Yes. Do we agree? Yes. I can see one or two, I think they still want to maintain the blessers. Please check if it's not your neighbor whom you are sitting next to. Do they still want to maintain the blesser? Or they want to be empowered? If you want to be empowered, shout, I want to be empowered. Today is a good day for us. Tertiary Girls on the Go, our hashtag that we are running with, we are saying connect, develop, and empower. It is not enough for us just to have the degrees, but we need to have the practical experience as well. We have one of our students who's going to recite a poem for us. May you please come forward? And as they do, may we please pay attention. And the students who are going to give us a drama, can you please also be on standby? You are coming immediately after our poet. The students who are giving us the drama, can you please be on standby? You are coming soon after our poet. May we please give a round of applause.
The First Lady of the Republic of Zimbabwe, welcome, and all protocol observed. Maya Angelou spoke of a woman, of I am woman phenomenally, denoting of a woman clothed with strength and power. One African proverb states, empower a woman, feed a village. It seems society is aware of the power and strength of a woman, except the woman herself. Why is it that we do not know that within these hands lie the key to generational wealth? Within our wombs we bear tomorrow's future, and within our minds lie master plans that see visions come to fruition. Why is it that when presented with opportunities to become the tycoons we are, we shy away? Allowing our fears to take center stage, absorbing our limelight. Fears of, I will never be good enough. What if I fail? And the scariest of all, what if I don't have what it takes? Yet we allowed fear to flow with our blood as if they are one. Because of fear, we became willing participants of a patriarchal system designed to see our failure. Instead of them asking for favors, we gave our bodies a sacrifice in exchange for a higher mark. We knocked on their doors with evil intentions in our heart because of the still small voice that whispered, if you don't compromise, you will never make it. We degraded our value, discounted our price tag because we gave fear a chance. Ladies, do not allow the greatness in you to shrink away. I can assure you, the Proverbs 31 woman did not shrink away. She rose to the occasion, becoming an entrepreneur worthy of rival. Mother Teresa did not shrink away, becoming an extension of the hope and her belief in God through her service. You will not shrink away. Becoming smaller than the greatness that lays within you is beneath you. So ladies, take a deep breath in and exhale. Breathe out all negative thoughts. Breathe out your fears. Breathe out all excuses that have held you back till now. Breathe them out to never breathe them in again. Now take a good look around this room. Breathe in fresh air, new air, filled with possibilities, with new opportunities. Breathe in faith, faith in yourself that you can do this without compromising. Breathe in trust, trust in the capabilities that God gave you. Breathe in hope, hope that tomorrow will be better than today. Take another good look around this room. Take a good look at the ladies seated in front of you today, the pioneers of what an exceptional woman is. This could be you, but that all hinges on how you utilize this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity called today. Humor me and write down these words. 18 March 2020, the day my life changed for the better. As I close my speech, I leave you with these words. Speak no ill to yourself, lest the warrior in you hears and shrinks. On this day, a bounty of opportunities stand before you. Seize them. Remember, time and chance happen to them all. I thank you.
With the way she's eloquent, do you think she would go for a die for a mark? Aiwa, daira izvevasikana. Nematauriro aita mwanasikana zvinoratidza kuti dzese dzirimoka. Saka zvinoratidza kuti anozvivimba. She is confident of herself. She said some words. She said you should breathe in the greatness that is in you and you should exhale all the negative thoughts. So let's do a little exercise. Right now, as we sit where we are, let us first exhale all the negatives that we have, the negative perceptions that we have as women. Let us exhale them. I actually, literally want to hear you exhale. Let's exhale. Let's exhale. You are keeping it in, ladies. You are letting me down. You are letting me down. Let's exhale. Let's exhale. Let's exhale. Let it out. Let's exhale. Okay. Now let us breathe in positivity. Let's breathe in. Let's breathe in positivity. Let's breathe it in. Do we have a new mindset? Do we have a new mindset? All right. Let's give a round of applause once again. Tertiary Girls on the Go. Hashtag connect, develop, and empower. The drama students, are we here? Okay, please come forward.
kuti munhu wemusikana unofanira kuchangamuka iko kanoita zvese kanofamba kachitengesa so saka iwo advise andiri kukupa kashamwari tsvaga zvinhu zvako zvinokupa mari pano pakambasi kana kungotengesawo zvako.
Shandise matimbara antoshandise matimbara unozi koche unambomanyira dzedze kwa
zvawakatonaka nai ko unobvambudza kuti une roommates vakanaka kudai sei
akanaka zvokuti kana musikana
saka madzimai nhasi maenda kuchapel Mwari ari munhamo. Anyways, I came here. I wanted you to fix my hair. I didn't get time to go to the salon. Please hurry. Please hurry. I need to go to my lesson. Aiwa, ka isusu tiri vasikana vesex for grades ka isusu. I need to go get my class 1 driver's license. Chira mai vane class 1 driver's license. Plus ka, my new man these days ka, ane mabus, mazanonda akapinda. Ayo ndakapinda shamwa. So I must go get my license. Mazanondi mari degree anara basa. Thank you.
Okay, don't matter what later, someone.
Asinaye vasikana zvandinopfeka izvi zvakambonyanyoshatei naye asikana zvakambonyanyoshatei iko naiwewe
Hapana. Kwembori nyayei. Ona wakudzinga roommate wangu apachisati. Tsoka kani, tsoka mishi.
tosiya zvaomba kusina kuvhaka You look sad. What's wrong? Walk up straight. Don't be sad. Ingoal, I told you, but I know the biggest ballers in town. Meaning you get all the money you need. Shua mskana akachinda sinda ingoyo. Ungacheme 90 US. 90 US year rent. Sit up straight, polite. Ungacheme 90 US year rent. Mkore uno. Takara barara kuzotaga mali. Hey, Michelle. Gaudensia. Stand straight. Yes, stand straight. Stand straight. Chin up. Bust out. Yes, that's more like it. You can walk now. Yes. Yes.
My, oh my. What do we have here? Hi ladies. I'll start from that end, baby. Hi. Okay. Hi, beautiful. Okay. Hi, baby. How's it? Wow. Who do we have here?
This is Michelle, popularly known as Gaudensia, and I have Polite over there.
Beautiful. Michelle, come closer. Come closer. Sajke kan. Sajke. You know what?
like spoiling you. Nishusachke ndokutengera chero mafriziti anotonhorera. So, baby, I was actually thinking about something. Come closer. So I was thinking of having both of you tonight.
Are you suggesting, you mean me, her, you? Are you suggesting a three?
We are living in the last days. Yes, we're living in the last days. The world is in haga-maga. The world is in confusion. The world is in sorrow. In newspapers and magazines, in radios and televisions, the message is teenage pregnancy, and teenage pregnancy is the message. Teenagers advised to plan families, whereas family planning is for people who are married. How can a person plan for a family when they have no family? Yes, we are living in the last days. How vana vanhu takarisima nawo madhara ematumbu ekuti rikaita tapini nenge mvura iri mupepabhegi nhasi chokwadi tavashayirwa pavo sezipi yesiketi yechikadzi mumwe musiri kumberi mumwe musi parutivi mumwe musi kumusana pamwe hapana. We are living in the last days.
Asikho isikhwehle esiphandele esinye. Hawu nkazana, vuka uzenzele. Mwanasikana, shanda, zhimiririre, tsvaga chaunoitawo nemaoko ako. Thank you.
Some could not.
Others did not.
But now, it begins with you.
Yes.
Maoko, maoko, maoko. Aiwa ngativaombererei maoko zvakare. That was our drama from the youths. Chinangwa chechirongwa chino ndechekuti tinge chidzidzisana kuti it begins with you as a girl child. Work hard, pedza chikoro, uwane zvaunoita. Tine vakawanda vari pano vauyazotidzidzisa zvakasiyana siyana. We have quite a number of people who have come to teach us a lot of things. Tine Women's Bank iripo ere Women's Bank uko. Do vanotipa ma-loans ezvichange zvichizoitika mukati meupenyu hwedu. Soon after this program, you can meet her, she'll be there. She's called Sisi Barbara Muvengwa. Tine ve-bridal and makeup, varipo here bridal and makeup. Varipo zvakare kuti vange vachikudzidzisai. We also have ma-restaurants, aripo Mamoyo Cuisine is there. They are here to teach you how to start a project. We also have soap and perfume making, they are here. Varipo kukudzidzisai ma-perfumes. So it begins with you. The bank is here to give you something for a start. Are we there, girls? Ehe, saka ndo zviri kuitika nasono. Tichava panapa tiri empowered. What we want to do is to empower the mind first. Your way of thinking. How are you thinking? Muri kufunga mablessa here kana kuti uri kufunga kuzvisimudzira iwewe as a girl child. As we move ahead with our order of things, I would like to take this opportunity to call upon the University of Zimbabwe Vice Chancellor, Professor Paul Mapfumo, to give us the welcome remarks. A big round of applause for him. Ngativaombererei Yuzeti muriko here uko. Kana mukuru vasimuka kamunonyatsokuombera nai. Thank you, Prof.
Our lively Director of Ceremonies, thank you very much. the First Lady of the Republic of Zimbabwe, Amai Auxilia Mnangagwa, the Honorable Minister of Higher and Tertiary Education, Innovation, Science and Technology Development, Professor Dr. Amon Morwina, the Minister of Information, Communication and Technology is here represented, the Minister of Home Affairs, Community, Small and Medium Enterprises Development is here represented, the Minister of State, Harare Metropolitan Province is here represented, the Pro Vice Chancellor Academic Affairs, Professor Moyana, the Pro Vice Chancellor Strategic Partnerships and Industrialization, Professor Mboa. I want to acknowledge the Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Higher and Tertiary Education, Science and Technology, Innovation, Science and Technology Development, Professor Tagwira, whom I want to acknowledge is here. The Executive Director for Research and Innovation, Professor Mtambanengwa, the Executive Director for Quality Assurance and Professional Development, Professor Chipoj Ganda, the Registrar of the University of Zimbabwe, Dr. Mtongoren, the Librarian, Dr. Chikonzo, the BESA, Mr. Gamin, all Deans of Faculties, Directors of Institutes, the students, members of staff, invited guests, ladies and gentlemen. It is my singular honor and privilege to welcome you, Your Excellency, the First Lady, Amai Mnangagwa, to the University of Zimbabwe for this special interactive meeting with tertiary female students. The University of Zimbabwe feels humbled and highly honored to host you in this august gathering, which offers a rare platform for tertiary female students to interact with you, Mother of the Nation. You are most welcome, First Lady. Let me hasten to thank you most sincerely for choosing to hold this august and inaugural interface at the University of Zimbabwe. Allow me, ladies and gentlemen, to extend my special welcome to our ministers here present, senior officials from government, and all our distinguished guests. We have found it necessary to be with us today and to witness the opening session of the Ladies Only Conference. All of you are warmly welcome to the University of Zimbabwe. I also extend a warm welcome to all the students here today who come from all the different tertiary colleges and universities who are here with us today. Welcome to this special day. It's your day. A day that has been planned with you in mind. You have made a very progressive decision to be here today, and I believe you will not leave the University of Zimbabwe Great Wall the same way you came in. With Amai, I know this is going to be a life-changing experience, and this is true to the theme, Tertiary Girls on the Go, # Connect, Develop, and Empower. Amai, the vision of the University of Zimbabwe is to become Zimbabwe's global center of excellence in research, innovation, and higher education training by 2035. And this is inspired by our national vision to become an upper middle income economy by 2030. But the big question is, how do we become? And this is why the university, your university, is there. It is therefore with great pleasure and honor that we welcome you and all the visitors here today, and we want everybody to feel at home. I will not leave the podium without saying this one message. When we went to school, up to this day, I'm now full professor, we learned, most of us, under the Education 3.0. If we were in the Anglophone countries, you learned to become English. If you were in the Francophone countries, you learned well to become French. But today, as we introduce Education 5.0 in our universities, we are learning to become ourselves. There is no better testimony to this than your coming to the institution. You have come to make us realize that we have to become ourselves. So we want to thank you sincerely for that. I believe I will be speaking on behalf of all institutions represented here today, that by this initiative from the First Lady to come and interact with female students, she is offering a shoulder on which our female students can lean on for support. To them and all of you, as you are such a beacon of hope, where you have proved beyond doubt, in fact, any shade of doubt, that you have an exceptional virtue of putting needy people at heart. You have demonstrated to us what it means to unify, to love, to respect, and to build for peace. Once again, Your Excellency, our First Lady, Amai Mnangagwa, we are grateful that you have allowed us to host you today. On behalf of the University Council, the executive of the University of Zimbabwe, the entire university community, I extend our warm welcome to you and the whole August gathering to the University of Zimbabwe. Today you have given us a sense of recognition as a university that is aiming to educate, to change lives. And we know that today lives will be changed. I thank you.
Another big round of applause for University of Zimbabwe, Vice Chancellor Professor Paul Mapfumo. I would like to take this opportunity to call upon Honorable Professor Morwira, who is the Minister of Tertiary, Higher and Tertiary Education, to come and give us some remarks.
Your Excellency, the First Lady of the Republic of Zimbabwe, Amai Auxilia Mnangagwa, the Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Higher and Tertiary Education, Innovation, Science and Technology Development, Professor Fano Takwira, the University of Zimbabwe Vice Chancellor, Professor Dr. Paul Mapfumo. May I say all protocols observed. I want to start by saying a nation is developed by the brains of its people, its men and its women. Your Excellency, the First Lady, ladies and gentlemen, dear students, we know clearly that any human being or every human being is born innocent and ignorant. At adult life, human beings become either wise or stupid. Or let's just say, human beings assume a certain state. The state that humans or society attain is largely a reflection of the design of the education pipeline they go through. It therefore makes it imperative that any nation must give a thorough look at the education pipeline design they follow. I emphasize the word design because it has a special meaning to this nation, and indeed all former colonies. This is the grain of my story. We are in an era of asking very uncomfortable questions. A very uncomfortable question which says, what is it that is being educated? What does being educated mean? In this country, we have a 97% literacy rate, but we are importing food, we are importing medicine, we are not respecting ourselves, we are not respecting our nation. So what is being educated, so we ask? Your Excellency, the First Lady, ladies and gentlemen, we are convinced that any meaningful education design and system must have one purpose, murukita nezviri. Two benefits, zvozotibatsirei. No country can develop faster than the development of its education system. You must bear in mind that people are born ignorant, people are born innocent. Whatever you see at adult life must be a result of an education system. In the Second Republic, we subscribe to the bold proposition that any positive impact of education must be in its tangible fulfillment of human needs. People need food. Does your education bring food? People need water. Does your education bring water? People need shelter. Does your education bring shelter? People need to sleep. Does your education bring good sleep? People need connection. Are people communicating emotionally, telephonically? Are there changes in life due to our education? People need innovation because people don't want to repeat the same thing now and again. The design and philosophy of our education pipeline determines the trajectory and rate of national development. The purpose of education must therefore be to produce goods and services for its people. That must be the purpose of our higher education, thereby meeting needs in an improved way. We have a literacy rate of 97% as a nation, but we import medicine, we import machinery, we import food. We ask why a professor of agriculture is hungry. We also ask why a professor of medicine is asking for medicines and equipment. Clearly, this is a result of the whole design of our education system. That's why I say it's a very uncomfortable question, and we must answer that question. This is why we are convinced that an appropriate design and philosophy of an education pipeline is that which produces goods and services for the purpose of modernization and industrialization of our country to meet our vision 2030 of becoming an upper middle income economy. It cannot come from talking alone. It should come from action, the brain that is connected to the hands to build and to develop this nation. Once the design and philosophy of the education pipeline is wrong, no development from education can be expected. Your Excellency, the First Lady, honorable ministers, ladies and gentlemen, let me state that education in general and science and technology and innovation in particular must cause industry. It must cause industry. Industry cannot fall from the sky. It comes from the brains of the people of the nation. Basic industry like agriculture, mining and manufacturing using the raw materials from mining and agricultural industries. However, our institutions of higher learning have been following a traditional tripartite mission of teaching, research, and community service, education 3.0, which is basically a colonial design. It served its purpose, but its purpose is finished, which is limited and do not go further to innovation and industrialization. When we are growing up and we are grown up, they give you your pots to cook on your own. That's what independence means. Independence means that you are masters of your destiny, not by talking, but by doing. Resultantly, we are less industrialized compared with other parts of the world, despite having encouraged mass education and independence in the whole of Africa. So although we have done well by encouraging mass education, it was carried out in the Education 3.0 design, and this explains the low levels of industrialization. We know that our problem is design, and our problem in our solution in the Second Republic under the leadership of His Excellency Comrade Dr. Idi Mnangagwa is design, design, redesign, develop, modernize, mechanize, be happy. In the Second Republic, we thus have redesigned our higher and tertiary education system so that it is a 5-mission education: teaching, research, community engagement, innovation, and industrialization. That's why we have started building innovation hubs and industrial parks. The education is Education 5.0. This has enabled the higher and tertiary education institutions to start innovation hubs and industrial parks. Which is born. In the innovation hub, processes include legal services, marketing, and product-specific technical services. Your Excellency, the First Lady, honorable ministers, ladies and gentlemen, the successful products of the innovation hub shall be prototyped and transferred to the industrial park for manufacturing. Innovation shall be driven by societal challenge research. We are pleased to report that within a year after adopting this model, more than 60 patents have already been applied for, with the UZ having applied for about 55 patents. We are currently hosting 30 PhDs at MSU and 30 PhDs and MPhils at MSU and UZ, and the 25 students who are in the Innovation Hub who are being fully sponsored by government. In our new education design, we have also introduced and adopted the philosophy of heritage as the anchor of our innovation to deliver relevant goods and services. In this regard, we are saying any new idea is useless until it resolves a real-world problem. For example, agriculture in Zimbabwe has since 1898 diverted from the heritage-based philosophy when we started to grow crops that are ecologically not suited for Zimbabwe, explaining most of the food deficit problems that we have. This is why in the Second Republic, His Excellency has said we grow traditional grains, munga, mapfunde, and rukweza, and we are emphasizing this point. Our traditional grains are not small grains. I repeat, our traditional grains are not small grains, because in terms of size, wheat is also a small grain. The small that they mean is that these are useless grains, but they are not useless grains. These are big grains. They are the future grains for Zimbabwe and Africa. As a way to promote heritage-based science for industrialization, University of Zimbabwe has started the Future Grains for Africa program that we fully sponsor to actually value-add rukweza, munga, and mapfunde as a bold way to boost the consumption of these grains for food security. And the Midland State University has embarked on the research program of value of indigenous trees and herbs in pharmaceuticals and other products. Marondera University has also started looking at Mpunzandajka and so forth. The government of Zimbabwe is funding all these initiatives. Let me turn to the issue of the fulfillment of our aspirations as a nation through our students. Our nation desires to be a developed economy free from poverty, with aspirations for all its citizens to have, one, full access to higher tertiary education, have high quality education, upholding equality across geography and gender. Allow me to say, lots of talent in any nation are lost, or lots of talent is lost to our society because that talent happens to wear a skirt. We want to provide opportunity for fostering national unity. We are also implementing efficiently our budget, and we desire our education to provide goods and services. We aspire our students to have leadership skills. Leadership is not about hate. Leadership is not about scorn. Leadership is about love. It's about peace. It's about prosperity. It's about happiness. It's not about selfishness. So we want our students to have leadership skills, have multilingual proficiency, have thinking skills. Thinking is a very difficult game. What I have to say from Thomas Edison is that 5% of the people think, 10% think they think, 85% would rather die than think. Our issue is to squeeze you into the 5% and let that 5% be in Zimbabwe. We want to push for knowledge. We want to push for ubuntu woto. We are pushing for national identity. Who are we as a people? What what is our heritage. As our education provides for the attainment of these aspirations, Zimbabwe will leapfrog in a big way, and we are doing so. The 21st century universities must be focused on those that they serve. They must transform themselves from faculty-centered to society and student-centered institutions, becoming more responsive to what students and society need to learn and to know, rather than simply what faculties wish to teach. Resultantly, we are implementing programs that will create a conducive working environment for our students. We are currently implementing the following programs: the student loan scheme, the student subject societies, whereby we are saying students should form biological society, geological society, and so forth, and we sponsor you. We have the budget for that. The student international exposure program, and sponsoring student research at MPhil and DPhil level. Our ambition is to make sure that all MPhils and DPhils are sponsored by government. Let me now address the gender issues in higher tertiary education. The government of Zimbabwe is promoting equitable access to higher tertiary education, and now we have more female students than male students at higher tertiary education institutions. We actually have 54% female students and 46% male students as we speak. At colleges, we now have 74% female and 26% male. We still have a problem though, since we have to improve in the area of science, technology, and innovation, and in engineering, where the ratio is still 30% female and 62% male. In support of inclusive education, the ministry has ensured that all people, irrespective of age, race, sex, color, ethnicity, language, religion, political or other opinion, national or social origin, as well as persons with disabilities, have access to inclusive, equitable education, quality education, lifelong learning. The ministry has zero tolerance to gender-based violence. Female students should be brave to report any cases of sexual harassment to the authorities, and they shall not be victimized in the process. The 5 cases of inappropriate conduct reported in college authorities and the 14 cases reported in the past 5 years are being dealt with accordingly. I urge you, all students, to fully embrace heritage-based education 5.0. It is a complete transformation of mission, which gives emphasis on doing and not just talking. Listen to this. We know, according to Shelley Chisholm, rhetoric has never won a revolution. I also want to say, according to Amilcar Cabral, he said, you can't get rid of poverty by shouting at it, but by working. Remember, production of goods and services can only happen when there is both knowledge and skill. Skills development has therefore become one of our main focus areas as a nation. We know that confidence and consciousness is important as we go forward. We are creating a confident cadre. We are creating a confident student. Confidence, there's nothing wrong with you. You can contribute. One African American female astronaut in the name of Maya Jemison said, greatness can be captured in one word. It is called lifestyle. Life is God's gift to you, but style is what you make of it. So what is your lifestyle? In this regard, keep away from people who try to belittle your ambitions. Small people always do that, but the great people make you feel that you too can be great. You have the right to be involved. You have something important to contribute, and you have to contribute it. Your Excellency, the First Lady, honorable ministers, ladies and gentlemen, dear students, dear female students, let me end by emphasizing that no nation can prosper till its education teaches that. Listen to me. No nation can prosper till its education teaches that there is much dignity in tilling a field as in writing a poem. On our journey to success, never forget where we came from as a nation, and always praise the bridges that carried us over. Righteousness exalts a nation, hate just makes people miserable. Let me leave you with the following words. Talent is God-given, so be humble. Fame is human-given, so be grateful. Conceit is self-given, so be careful. God bless Zimbabwe. Siyabonga. Thank you. May I take this opportunity to introduce our guest of honor, Her Excellency, the First Lady of the Republic of Zimbabwe. She is passionate about developing a nation based on humility and hard work. My last words, which says, conceit is self-given. She does not like conceit. She likes humility. She practices humility, but very serious to the development of this nation. This nation needs it, and I'm happy to introduce our guest of honor, the First Lady of the Republic of Zimbabwe, Amai Auxilia Mnangagwa.
May you be seated, please. Thank you. Vasikana muriko here? Yes. Muriko ndazvinzwa. But ndisandatanga kutaura ndoda kuti vasikana, be as happy as I don't know today. Izuva renyu. Let me start by recognizing the Minister of State for Provincial Affairs and Devolution of Harare Metropolitan Province, Babaji Dao, as represented. The Minister of Higher and Tertiary Education, Science and Development, Honorable Professor A. Murwira. The Minister of Women Affairs, also represented. The Vice Chancellor of the University of Zimbabwe, Professor P. Mafumo, and all other professors here present. The Dean of Students at the University of Zimbabwe, Dr. M. Mudambi. The students from all over our tertiary colleges and universities here present. The media fraternity, ladies and gentlemen. It is my utmost pleasure to be part of this inaugural symposium, whose focus is to foster interaction between business people, female students, and myself as a way of encouraging entrepreneurial innovation among our female students who will soon be graduating and getting into the world. Today is a day to express yourself, discover yourself, and bond over the stuff you love. Stop waiting. Do that thing you have been waiting to do. Say that thing you have been holding back. There is no point in waiting for the right time to do something, because that time will never come. You are the author of your own life. Be the heroine of your story, not the victim. I want you to feel changed by what is going to happen here today. I urge you to have the drive and ambition, and then go for it. You have to be encouraged in life that even your path may wind and bend, it is still a path that is going somewhere. Keep walking, which is what we are doing today. You are capable of all things you have been telling yourself. You are budding with greatness. Let it bloom. Improving the lot of the girl child has been a consistent focus at various international, regional, and local fora. And today's symposium is a contribution to these efforts to empower the girl child for an autonomous life that is synonymous with the ideals of equal rights that are currently driving global, regional, and local discourse. It is commendable that the enrollment of girl children in learning institutions has been steadily increasing from primary to tertiary levels, a situation that demonstrates an increasing awareness among our citizens on the importance of the girl child in national development. It is in this spirit that this symposium was planned, so that together and through interaction with notable female business personalities here, we have come to chart a new path for the girl child who is on the verge of graduating from university. Entrepreneurial innovation, as you are well aware, is a central component of Education 5.0. Kuziva nekugona, which the Ministry of Higher and Tertiary Education, in response to Vision 2030, is currently implementing. The idea is that students should not just get papers that indicate that they have degrees, but the degrees should empower them in a way that improves their lives and, by extension, aid the development of this great nation. The girl child should not be left out of this development. Statistical evidence has revealed that globally we have more women than men. This also applies in Zimbabwe. Thus, there is no development that can occur in any nation that does not respect its women, starting with the girl child. An empowered girl is an empowered citizen, and by extension, an empowered nation. As Zimbabwe seeks to achieve the milestones that have been earmarked for our nation, it is important that the girl child be part of the steps that the country takes towards achieving these milestones. This is why, after this symposium, it would bless my heart to see all the young ladies gathered here today becoming torchbearers in various fields of economic development for their own good and for the good of our country. In addition to your education, which is invaluable, it is important that you learn life skills that ensure versatility and the ability to adapt to any situation. To the recent graduate, instead of going around looking for someone to be a boss to you, why don't you come and become your own boss? Let us cease asking what the economy can do for us, but let us ask ourselves what we can do to contribute to our economic growth, thereby ameliorating our living standards. All these exhibitors have come for you, most of them being female like you. They are here with me to impart the wisdom and knowledge to you, gathered from all the years they have lived. Do not waste it. We want to groom girls on the go who will mature to become women on the move and make meaningful contributions to our nation. Let us not shy away from using our hands just because we are obtaining or have obtained a degree. Let us be well-rounded girls, capable of facing and conquering any obstacle that life throws in our life and in our way. I say to the girl child, join me in this journey. Let us walk together. Your self-reliance and empowerment are my dream. It is possible when the girl child begins to think beyond blessings for a good life. Tabaona vachiita zvemablesa panapa. Tikaona kuti ndofunga zvina upenyu hurefu. Maona mapfekera acho nai. Maona ka atiratidza musikana kuti ndo zvinoitwa uye ndo zvinodiwa nemablesa. Isusu tiri kuti nhasi tazviramba kwete zvemablesa. This is very possible. The enabling environment for that has already been set through the program which we have facilitated here today and through the current drive towards education 5.0 that is happening at our universities. I call on the girl child to seize these opportunities and set an example for future generations of girl children. The time to empower the girl child is now. The time for the girl child to connect to that empowerment drive is now. Everything is starting today and now. God bless you. But before I sit down, I have brought women who are very good at what we have come from. Nai vasikana vandauya navo chimbouya kanai. Mumwe nomumwe ataura achionekwa kana pano wamunoziva ipapa munovaziva vose. Chiuyai pano vasikana vandauya navo kuzovaka vana nokudzidzisa vana. Vose vandauya navo huyai tione. Kana ikadai ana maisamba varipo vasikana nhasi kwakaoma. Nhasi zuva regirl child izuva remusikana. Tiri vasikana vese tese nhasi. Tiregai muone zviri kuitika. Ndoda kuti vaite self-introduction. Thank you very much and enjoy the day.
I'm the marketing and public relations. Sikabhengira uya pano kuti iwe neni tive chinoitwa empowered, kuti iwe neni tiwane zvatinofana kuita muupenyu hwedu. Ndatenda.
kubatsirana kugadzira maperfumes kuti tigare tichinhuhwirira sipo dzekugezesa nezvimwe zvakadaro mazviita.
Passionate makeup artist, and nhasi ndayozokudzidzisai how to check that eyebrow. Are you there? Mai vedu tinovada. Piwana ishe, mai vedu tinovada. Kuti pachena, kuti pachena. Discord is a tune. Sekuru wangu wakamborora mukadzi akanga akasimba ndikati nhai sekuru ko the slim and nice mamusingavaone here zvikanzi round is a shape. That's when I got confidence kuti chero nediscord ndinotoimba ndinonzi mai mishi ndiri muroora wamai tichange tichikurukura tese nhasi maita enyu.
Polytechnic. I'm here to inform you that we are there to impart skills. It's not about bless us, but it's about to be skilled. Girls, do you want to be skilled?
Do I have hard-working girls in the house? Hard-working girls in the house? Yes, this is Caroline Mashingi Segodzongere from Pink Post Collection. We do specialize in the production of macram bags, macram decorated bottles, table runners, bag wrappers. I've come to empower the girl child. Anyone who's ready to be empowered, just say yeah! Just say yeah! I have one thing that I always say. Maoko haasicheya. Maoko haagarirwe. Maoko anoshandisa kukupa mari. See you in the afternoon for the demonstration. Girls, are you there? Are you there? Ndinoitwa kusilia kutama ufa. Ndinodzidza ende ndinotenda kuti munhu zviri pameso pako hazvifani kuratidza zviri mumwoyo mako. I'm from Red Lipstick Revolution. Girls, oh yeah!
Just for the way that I look, Samuya Jaden, my assignment is to shift your mindset, to change your mindset. Kuti, I may not come from a rich family, but a rich family can come from me. After this empowerment initiative yamai vedu, I'll be an empowered somebody. Don't look down on me.
Hello girls. Hi everybody. Mwana wangu wamnodzidza naye akanditsisa kuti hanzi kuita chinhu chakanaka kunonzi kupedza bhora. Saka mai vedu vanopedza bhora. Ngatimbvaomberera maoko. Iniwo pano ndauya kuzopedzawo bhora ndiri mutsoka dzaamai vedu. Ndinonzi Victoria Rushidzo, ndini editor veSunday Mail. Mazvita henyu. Ini nhasi ndinoda kutaura nezvesocial media. Hanzi kune imwe inonzi yaklika, kune inonzi delicious, kune inonzi chiitwita, kune Facebook nezvese. Naimi WhatsApp ndedzeku exchange nyaya dzemablessing. WhatsApp ndedzepono. Facebook ndedzekutorerana vakadzi navarume. Ndedzekuti tiite mari. Imi yanu maiona iyo. Tertiary girls on the go. Connect, develop, empower. So we are here to connect, develop, empower via social media. Thank you, girls.
Pasine usimbe. Pasine usimbe. Ini ndinoitwa Mrs. Nyika, I'm from Mamoyo Cuisine. Nasi tinenge tichitaura kuti mwana mudiki musikana tinoshanda sei. Pasine usimbe, pasine kupiwa zvinhu. Ngatibike sadza, ngatibike mutsipa, zvinhu zvedu zvipa.
Nyika yeZimbabwe ndiri kukurudzira kutaura mitauro yedu yemuno inoenda pasi pechindevere, inoenda pasi peshona, kuratidza kuti hatina zvatinotadza kuita kana tichitaura tiri mutsika nemagariro nokuendesa nhasi tauya kuzoita zvisinga. Imi muri kukanganisa Kaini, muri kutsamwisa Mwari, muri kutora zita raMwari mopa sekuru vaKedhiasi. Blesa ndiMwari. Kubvira nhasi zidhara riye rinonzi Satani. Regai nditenda amaika, hakusumboitwa matare evakadzi kanai. Zvino nhasi tapiwa dare. Indanzi chibva yamauya makapfeka zvechisikana, asi ndiri musikana ane 68.
Are we still happy, girls?
chedu chatsvuka chikadii. Ngativaroverei maoko madzimai ese auya. We are grateful to have them among us. They are going to empower us with a lot of skills that will take us forward, because we are saying tertiary girls. We are tertiary girls and we definitely have to be on the go. Hatifanirwe kuwanikwa takarara nezamu mukanwa, asi tinofanirwa kunge tiri vasikana vakangwara-ngwara. Vasikana vanoita zvinhu nemaoko avo, vasikana vanozviitira mari dzavo. Are we happy? Yeah, ndazviona kuti pano pane vasikana vanoda zvinhu. Asi nhasi tinoda kubva pano tichida mari kupfuura zvinhu, handiti? I think at this juncture we need some entertainment. Muda kutotamba here. Are you ready for Tammy Moyo? Hold on. Atai Makadaro. We know you are ready for her. We know you are ready for her. But at this point in time, help me to welcome mhando naye akomani muchiri makafara here pane nyowani yandabata
Wabata ipi beba?
kubva nhasi hanzi blessa mumwe chete
Ndimwari.
the man above vamwe vese hanzi ndana sekuru vani
Vakedias.
saka ukazoona musikana ari kungofamba nemunhu wausinganzwisise wongoziva kuti ndisekuru vakedias tapabata ipapo asi being masikana vakarongeka the daughters of amai tinongoita zvinhu zvakangorongeka so the gentleman among us takugadzirirai zvinhu zvakanaka tinoziva kuti munenge muchida kumborefresha kumbodyira so we have prepared something wonderful for you. We have a team that is going to lead you out mombono refresha kungonotandavara also
And ipapo ndichida utsinira mamoyo ane tuma perfume tokuzopaidzayiso muri ikoko VIP gentlemen vanogona kubriefing room ndokwa vanoenda ikoko saka nevakomana nemiwo mune zvenyu zvamakagadzirira saka tiri kuda kungoti DJ avasimudzire vachiita kastepu kastepu zvavo vachibuda ana baba vese nemablesa iwani zviya nana sekuru vakedias atinavo muno chingofamba izvenyu.
Not forgetting our brothers, our young brothers, may we also exit the auditorium. Our young brothers, may we also exit the auditorium. Takurongerai zvakanaka kumberi kokoko. Mombono refresha, mono relaxa. Mozodzoka zvenyu muchiti joina.
Tichazokushedza itozoti all my VIPs ladies, can we go up? Tinogara pana amai. Ndo zviri kuitika. Ngatiombererei the gentlemen vachibuda. Hanzi izvi zvazve girls love music izvi. Girls love muriko here.
We thank you, our brothers, our fathers, for understanding. Mongono refresha mbichana, mozodzoka zvenyu. Timboita dare rimwe chete rarehwana mai Chisamba. Timboti mwinyi zve 2 minutes. Are we ready to learn? Are we ready to learn? I think we forgot to tell them that we are broadcasting live on the nation's biggest radio station, Radio Zimbabwe. We are live right now.
Nepenyero yevanhu umsangazo wabantu.
Zvekuti muri kutohwikwa